Okay, so I want to talk to you about a deal that we're still in the process of doing this deal, but this is something that you could get a lot of benefit from. So the deal's on Broad Road, and here's where where the whole thing started. We initially had it under contract in the upper 300s. I think it was like around 370 or 380. We actually did our inspections of the property, but because there were tenants still living in there, our inspectors were only able to access certain parts of this house. But it was enough for them to make a pretty general assessment that this deal, at least potentially, from what they were able to access, potentially made sense. Well, so here's what happens. A couple weeks ago, the tenants moved out. Our inspectors went back in there. The furniture was gone. The tenants were gone. But what happened, now they're able to see the whole picture. And in the end, this property that we were getting almost for $400,000, because now that the furniture was out, all the things were gone, the bottom line is this property literally needed about $200,000 worth of work. They just could not tell because they were able to access certain parts and the furniture was covering up a lot of the issues in the properties. So now think about this. We literally, and this is after we've already agreed with the seller, you know, we were still obviously part of our due diligence process, but this is after we've already agreed with the seller what we're paying. This is after we've gone into it and did some preliminary due diligence. This is after the seller knew that we're going forward with it. On top of all of that, we needed another about 50% discount off the deal. So here's what happens to almost every investor that I know in this situation. They simply back away because here's how they logic this property out. Hey, I've already seen it. I've talked to the seller after I saw it. I've confirmed my numbers. And on top of that, I need a 50% discount. So most investors at this point would back away. So here's what we did. We called the seller, and we told them exactly what the situation is. We presented them the case. We presented the evidence. You know, we were willing to even email the pictures to the seller. He didn't need the pictures, but I literally read him the report. We read him the report. We were able to, you know, we could have emailed him pictures. The bottom line is literally within a 30 to a 40-second conversation, you know, after we started presenting the evidence, from my understanding, the seller literally interrupted and said, you know what, I got it. I understand what makes sense. We let them know we need another 50% discount after inspections, after talking to him. The seller had no problem with that. We're moving forward. We're going to get the deal done. So here's the point. Don't ever be afraid to go back to the seller if you have legitimate evidence, if you have legitimate proof that you need a further discount than you initially anticipated. So many investors back away. They back away because they're not sure how the seller's going to react. They back away because they feel they're going to lose credibility with the seller. They back away because, you know, what's going to happen to my reputation? Look, we have legitimate evidence. We have legitimate proof. We have a legitimate reason to reduce the deal. And at least in this case, obviously it's not always going to happen, but at least in this case, the seller had no issue with it. So don't ever be afraid to present a case to the sellers if you need price reductions. Hey, I hope that helps. You guys know what we do here. We do a lot of deals ourselves, and we teach people all over the United States how to do deals. So if you're looking to grow a real estate investment company, maybe a small company or maybe a huge company like ours that does multiple deals on a weekly basis, we can help you. By now, you should see my email scrolling across the screen. Just send me an email directly. Let me know how we could help you grow a business. Number two, if you're looking to do deals yourself in a Georgia market, or you know other people that are looking to do deals in a Georgia market, send me an email to the exact same email and just simply say, add me to the buyer's list, and we're going to get you some terrific properties that have equity in them and a good ROI component. Remember, throughout the process, you're building a case to do a deal. And if that case requires you get a price reduction, don't ever be afraid of going to the seller and asking for a legitimate price reduction. Thank you.